Peacemaker Season 2 has officially landed, but from the very first episode, it feels like the series is already pointing towards something much bigger on the horizon for the DCU. John Cena is back as Chris Smith, better known as Peacemaker, and this time he's thrown into a whole new kind of chaos involving a mysterious dimension. But hidden beneath the jokes, action, and bizarre twists, the show seems to be planting seeds for one of DC's most highly anticipated upcoming projects. To understand what's really going on, we need to look at the character who has always loomed in the background of the Suicide Squad in Peacemaker, Amanda Waller. Across James Gunn's The Suicide Squad and even David Ayer's original Suicide Squad, Viola Davis's Waller has been the unshakable constant, pulling strings as the head of Argus and Task Force X. But in Season 2 of Peacemaker, she's nowhere to be found. Instead, Episode 1 drops a bombshell. Frank Grillo's Rick Flag Sr. has taken over as the new director of Argus, stepping into the role Waller once commanded with an iron fist. The reason for her absence ties back to the events of Peacemaker Season 1. Waller's own daughter, Leota Adebayo, exposed her darkest secrets to Congress, revealing Task Force X and the Project Butterfly program to the world in order to clear Peacemaker and Vigilante's names. That betrayal not only humiliated Waller but left her political power in shambles. She had enough influence left to blacklist Emilia Harcourt from the intelligence community, but for the first time, Waller's empire was truly shaken. And that explains why she's missing from the picture in Season 2 for now. Meanwhile, there's a bigger storm brewing in the background. Season 2 reveals that the public's distrust of metahumans is at an all-time high. Sure, much of that tension can be traced back to Lex Luthor's manipulation of the world against Superman, but now the cracks are showing everywhere. A news report from the Sphere makes things even worse. Multiple breakouts from both Belle Reve Prison and Gotham's Arkham Asylum have taken place within just 2 months. The report bluntly states that metahuman containment systems are failing and calls the escapes of Major Black Eye for Argus. And the camera makes sure we see exactly who's watching this broadcast: Rick Flag Sr., who is now under immense pressure to prevent another catastrophic incident. But there's more to Flag's motivation than just duty. Let's not forget, Peacemaker killed his son, Rick Flag Jr., during the Suicide Squad. That personal vendetta adds another layer to the tension, with Flag Sr. determined not only to control metahumans but to keep Peacemaker in check, especially with Chris Smith constantly playing around with dangerous tech like his father's quantum unfolding chamber, essentially a pocket universe in a box. All of this chaos feels like it could be part of a bigger plan, one that sounds exactly like the kind of move Amanda Waller would make. What if these prison breakouts aren't accidents at all, but a calculated effort to rebuild her influence? After all, we already know that DC Studios is actively developing a Waller series set to release after Peacemaker Season 2. It would make perfect sense for her new show to explore how she claws her way back into power, perhaps by recruiting some of these escaped metahumans into a task force so secretive and so illegal that even Argus wouldn't touch it. Reports also suggest familiar faces like Adebayo, John Economos, and even Rick Flag Sr. himself will appear in the series, which means Waller's story is far from over. She might be bruised, politically cornered, and publicly humiliated right now, but this is Amanda Waller. We're talking about the woman who always finds a way to bend the system to her will. Congressional hearings and public outrage might slow her down, but they'll never stop her. So while Peacemaker Season 2 is giving us wild new adventures with Chris Smith, it's also quietly laying the foundation for Amanda Waller's return. By the time her solo series hits, don't be surprised if she's orchestrating one of the darkest, most ruthless chapters the DCU has ever seen. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that Amanda Waller doesn't stay down for long. She always comes back stronger, sharper, and far more dangerous than before.